that is released upon complete combustion of 1 kilogram mass of a given fuel. Say, for example, you have 1 kilogram of wood. Usually, upon complete burning of 1 kilogram of fuel, when when will complete combustion take place? When enough amount of oxygen is available to the wood, when we are heating it to sufficient amount of temperature. So when a 1 kilogram of a fuel, let us say wood, is completely burned, so it would be releasing energy about 17,000 to 22,000 kilojoules of energy will be given per 1 kilogram of wood. Upon complete combustion of 1 kilogram of fuel, around this much of energy is given. So that is what calorific value is right now.
Yes, sir.
And
So,
higher the
my mom told that there's some calculation for checking the values.
there's some repeat again.
Calculations.
Yeah, there's some calculation also. Yeah, we can do that also. Okay, no?
Okay, sir.
By the way, before we do calculation, know one more thing. Higher the calorific value, higher will be the efficiency of a fuel, right? If a fuel, let us say, you take 1 kilogram of cow dung cakes. You know about cow dung cakes, no? What are cow dung cakes?
Yes, sir.
Usually in rural India, in villages, it would be used as a fuel. So we have 1 kilogram of cow dung cakes, or say 1 kilogram of wood, and we have 1 kilogram of hydrogen gas. If you were to look at the amount of energy given out, so 6,000 to 8,000 kilojoule of energy is given out upon complete combustion of 1 kilogram of cow dung. While in the case of hydrogen gas, 150,000 kilojoule of energy is given out. So there's a huge difference between the amount of energy given out now. So the
Yes, sir.
better and efficient fuel is hydrogen gas, right? Okay. Now say
Yes, sir.
that you are required to find the calorific value of a given fuel. Okay. Say that you have to find the calorific value of 5 kilogram. Let us say that rather than this, let us say that of fuel 5 kilogram upon complete combustion gives 55,000 kilojoule of energy. We have to find its calorific value. Find its calorific value. So calorific value is found in this manner. The formula to find calorific value is this. Calorific value. Since we know that calorific value is the amount of energy given out upon burning of 1 kilogram of that fuel. Amount of energy released upon burning of 1 kilogram of fuel. So whatever be the mass of fuel. So in the question, the amount of energy released is 55,000 kilojoule, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the mass of fuel is 5 kilogram.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There was some network issue at my place.
Recording in progress.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So what are we saying that you have 55,000 kilojoule of energy is given out upon burning 5 kilogram of that fuel. So the calorific value would be 11,000 kilojoule per kilogram. Getting it now? So that is the calorific value. Getting it? So this is how calorific value of any given fuel will be calculated. Hope you have
Okay,
understood
sir.
this. Okay. Okay. If you have understood this, I'm giving you one question. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. The question is that a fuel having a mass of 9 kilogram upon complete combustion gives 198 1,98,000 kilojoule of energy. We have to find its calorific value. Okay. Find the calorific value.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You know the formula, Naeem, okay, no? Calorific value
Yes, sir.
equals to amount of energy upon mass of fuel burnt.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, it is 22,000.
22,000. Okay, what is the unit?
22,000 kilojoule
22,000 kilojoule per kilogram, no?
per
Per
kilogram.
kilogram. Okay, because kilojoule per kilogram, that is the unit in which calorific value is expressed. So hope that is concept is clear. Okay. By the way, do tell me about this also. Like you would have learned about different zones of the candle flame, right? You would have learned about different zones of the candle flame, I believe, right now in this chapter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Naeem. So do tell me what are the different zones of the flames of a candle, and what is special about different zones of a candle flame?
The
Yes.
outermost core, the innermost, and the middle zone core.
Okay. Okay. Let us say that there's a goldsmith. Okay. So a goldsmith should be using which zone of the candle flame? The outermost, innermost, or the middle one?
It's the outermost
The outermost.
because
Why?
it's the most hottest part of the flame.
Okay, okay, very good. Say that I want to obtain I want to collect the unburned carbon particles, right? Unburned carbon particles. We know that unburned carbon particles are also produced in a candle flame now. So say that I have a glass sheet over which I want to obtain the unburned carbon particles. So this glass sheet should be placed in which zone of the candle flame? Should it be placed in the middle one, in the outermost, or in the innermost zone? You getting my
The
question? Mhm.
innermost,
The innermost. No,
yes.
you should be placing it in the middle zone actually. Getting it? Because the
Okay.
middle zone here incomplete combustion is happening right now, and it contains unburned carbon particles. Okay, now out of the three, which one is the luminescent zone? Which one is most luminous in nature? The brightest zone.
It's the middle zone.
Middle zone. Okay, that's good. Okay. I suppose the concept of that, the different zones of the candle flame, I think it is clear to you. Okay. So right now, let us do this chapter. Let us learn a little bit about the chapter Age of Adolescence. Okay, now let us do this chapter. So in the chapter
Yes,
Age
sir.
of Adolescence, you see, whenever an adult would be reaching a certain age, so thereby his or her body would be going through certain physical and psychological changes. Okay, now. So basically what
Yes,
happens,
sir.
this is such a phase in the lifetime of an individual that there are certain changes occurring in the body. Also, not just the human beings, even the animals would be going through this change. They would be going through this transition. Hmm? So we see that a newly born baby, it grows on to become a child, and then they go to the age of adolescent, right? So age of adolescent is a age where the body goes through transition that will usually start from 12 or 13 and will continue till the age of 20 to 22. Getting it? So this is the
Yes, sir.
age of adolescence where the body goes through certain transition where the body attains reproductive maturity. Okay, now where it attains reproductive maturity. Then later on, they have attained such an age where significant changes does not take place in their body. Like usually at the age of adolescence, like in the case of boys, their beard will start to come, mustaches, facial hairs will start to come, hairs under the arms will start, armpits will start to grow, hair in their pubic region will start to grow, their height will increase, they will become taller, they will become muscular, their voice changes, right? Now their voice changes. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Their shoulders would become broad, chest hairs will start to appear, and in the same manner, in somewhat similar manner, changes starts to appear in the body of the woman also. Like their voice also changes. uh, their waist would be becoming wider, breast develops. There would be growth of hairs in the pubic region and in the armpits. Their height will also increase, muscle mass in the body will increase. So a change is happening. But then they attain an age where significant change does not take place in their body. Like when they have attained the age of 24, 25, 30, 35, at that time significant changes does not take place in their body. Like there won't be growth of new facial hairs. Getting at what I'm trying to say? Hmm? Or they won't be growth in their height anymore. The muscle mass will start to increase. Okay, now unless they do some exercise. Okay, now they go to gym or like that, and they will further grow to become old. Right. So talking about adolescence, animals as well as human beings can reproduce only after a certain age of time period in their life. Once they have grown into an adult, only then they can reproduce. Why? Because at the age of adolescence, their body goes through several transitions, and apart from different transitions, which I explained moments ago, like growth in their height, growth in their muscle mass, a change in their voice, or growth of hairs in the body, right? Now, apart from that, there is a reproductive maturity also taking place in their body. Reproductive maturity, like their reproductive organ also starts to produce the sex cells. Okay, now like the talking about the males, in the males what happens, the testis starts to produce the male sex cells called as sperm. Getting it, name so far?
Yes, sir.
And in the case of females, their reproductive organ, that is ovary, which is a part of their reproductive organ, one of the part of reproductive organ, it produces ovum. Right now, mature ovum.
Yes,
So it
yes,
is
sir.
at this time that their body goes through a reproductive maturity. Okay, now, right?
Yes, sir.
So, so then they are said to be reproductively mature and they can participate in reproduction. So adolescence is a time duration, right now, that can last from 6 to 9 years usually. Right now, it's an age of transition where the height or the muscle mass or the will change, the voice will change, growth of hair will be observed. Okay, that is one thing. And this time period may vary in different individuals. Usually, in the case of 1 minute, yeah, in the case of girls, the adolescent period usually starts from 10 or 11 years. Okay, if we were to talk about girls, the adolescence will start from 10 to 11 years, right? And it will continue till the age of 18 to 19 years of age, right? While
Yes,
in the
sir.
case of boys, the transition in the case of boys, it will start at the age of usually 11 years and will continue till the age of 18 or 19 years. So what we observe, that transition of girls starts earlier as compared to the boys. Okay, no.
Yes, sir.
Hope that is clear so far.
Yes, sir.
Then the concept is that what is puberty? So puberty is the time period in life when animals and human beings become capable of reproduction. When they become capable of reproduction. So usually at the age of 18 years, we generally observe that the individuals become capable of reproduction because at by that time now their reproductive organs have fully matured and the reproductive organs starts to produce mature sex cells, namely sperm and ovum. Hope that thing is clear. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this time period also may vary in different individuals. Some of them can, sorry about this puberty I'm mean to say, some of them can attain puberty earlier, while in some of them it can be delayed. Okay. So it's that period in the life of an animal or any human when they became capable of reproduction. And the changes that occur in the body during this adolescent age, they are an indication that an individual is reaching the age of adolescence, reaching puberty. Like at the age of 10 years, 10 to 11 years. At the age of 10 to 11 years, what will happen? The body of this boy will go through a phase of transition. His height, his height will increase, the muscle mass in the body will increase, huh? Voice changes, right? Voice
Growth
changes,
of height,
growth of hairs, and the most important thing is that reproductive maturity takes place.
reproductive.
Reproductive maturity, we mean that production of sperms takes place. So all of these are indication that during the adolescent age, now that is between 10 to 11 years to the 18 to 19 years of age, this person is reaching towards puberty. So when the boy reaches the age of 18 to 19 years, so at this time we see that this is his puberty. When his body has gone through maximum changes, right? And he is now his body is now he is now become capable of reproduction because all the necessary changes has occurred in the body. So that is the concept of puberty. Hope you're getting this. Okay now.
Yes, sir.
So once an individual would have attained the age of puberty, several changes can be observed, like facial hairs, acne also grows, right? Acne also develops on the skin. Voice will change. In the female's breast would be growing. In both the male and female, we observe that the mood would be swinging. They would be sometime would be very joyous, sometime would be angry, sometime would be irritated, sometime would cry like that, right? There would be growth of the reproductive organs as well. So all those are the changes at the age of puberty. So that is one thing. Furthermore, if we were to talk about the different changes that occurs, okay, na, changes that occurs in humans at puberty, changes that occur in humans at puberty. So one of the most common change that we observe is the growth of the Adam's apples. Growth of the Adam's apple. Okay, now. So it
Yes,
is due
sir.
to the growth of the Adam's apple, we see that the voice changes. The Adam's apple is nothing but the voice box. Okay, now voice box is also called as Adam's apple. Okay, now ever thought about this? Ever thought about this? That why voice box is also called as Adam's apple, right? Listening, ever
Yes, sir.
did you thought about this ever? You know about Adam, Prophet Adam. You know about the Prophet Adam now,
Yes, sir.
right? The first prophet in Islam. So it is
Yes.
thought, it is this name Adam's apple, it is thought to come from the reference to the story that there was a forbidden fruit, right now. That was there a fruit, there was a fruit, right now, which was
Yes.
forbidden for the prophet Adam to eat, right?
Yes.
Okay, but he ate that food. Okay, now, and that food got stuck in his throat. It is said that that food got stuck in his throat, and thereby this term Adam's apple came. Okay, no,
Okay, sir.
that is the story behind this. So hope you are getting it. So it is
Yes, sir.
thought to have come from this reference that that forbidden fruit was being eaten by a prophet Adam, and it got stuck in his throat. Okay, and although how true is this, is that a story, I can't confirm about that, but generally this is the reasoning behind calling it like this. So what happens, this voice box, that is basically the larynx, it swells, it swells. So thereby the voice, particularly in the boys, changes, and in the girls also changes. Like in the case of boys, what happens, their voice becomes hoarse, they have a hoarse voice. Okay, now. So it will occur for this for some time only. So boys will experience a hoarse voice for some time due to change in the shape of the larynx. While this larynx is visible in the case of the boys, but in the girls it is not visible. Okay, now in the case
Yes,
of
sir.
girls it is not visible. So that is one of the change that we observe at the age of puberty. Further, we will observe that there would be increased sweating also, right?
Yes, sir.
Increased sweating or increased production of oil, increased production of oil. So see, if you were to look at the structure of our skin, inside our skin, as you can see, these are the hair and these are the root hairs, right now. Now, if you were to look inside our skin, there are different kind of glands inside our skin. Okay, the one that you see now over here, these tubular tube-like structures, these coiled
Yes.
tube-like structures that you see, these are called as sweat glands. What do we call them as?
Spurt flat.
Sweat glands. Okay. Furthermore, this that you see now, this sebaceous gland.
Yes.
This sebaceous gland is responsible for secretion of oil. This is responsible for secretion of oil. So at the age of puberty, there is increased sweating from the sweat gland. Sweat gland secretes more amount of water. You know, there are tiny pores on our skin now. So via those
Yes.
tiny pores, sweat will be secreted. Sweat will be secreted. And via that tiny pore, oil will also come out right now. And when too much of oil is secreted by the sebaceous gland, so as we know that oil would be a nutritious substance for the bacteria, for the germs now, right?
Yes.
And the bacteria on your skin will start to feed upon that, right? It will start to feed upon that oil particles and thereby lead to infections on the skin, and thereby can lead to development of acne. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So there are
So is
sweat.
it
Mhm.
is it harmful for our skin?
Yeah, of course it is harmful for our skin. Okay, no?
Okay.
So thereby it is important to keep your skin moisturized and clean. Okay, no? So this acne is very common in the teenagers, right now. It is very common. Or
Okay.
the main cause of the acne is now, like if too much of oil is secreted by the sebaceous gland, so all these pores will be blocked, all these small openings in the skin will be blocked now, right?
Yes.
And if this is blocked, skin will not be able to breathe properly. Also, sometime what happens now, these hair follicles that you see now, hair
Yes.
follicles or hair root. So if the hair follicles are plugged out right now, so if these hair follicles are plugged out, or if too much of oil accumulates around the hair, in that case also it can lead to acne. In acne, basically the skin cells will start to die. Huh? Skin cells will
So
start to basically die. Mhm.
I heard out. Can we feel the oil in our skin?
Yeah, of course we can feel the oil on the skin. Like if you were to rub your finger on the skin, right? If your skin happens to be very oily, then you can in fact observe this. Or if you can take a
So
butter paper, and particularly if you were to rub it on the cheek, because most of the oil secretion is observed on our facial skin. So